Hey folks, welcome back. B59 here. Today we are going to knock off the last 4 items on Eliza Beidle's Ohio River Ops Review punch list. And I really do love the animation and just the way this looks with the coal mine here. But the first item on her punch list is that this coal mine isn't getting enough coal to the steel mill in Lexington that we see there in the distance. And the challenge that we have here is that these trucks just really can't keep up. Currently they have a rate of 241 when the supply here is 400, so that's really low. But if we look at the frequency, they're stopping every 15 seconds, and what that means is they're actually even backing up here. They can't even keep a good flow going. So what we'd like to do is to try to figure out how we can get the goods down here. And we think that the way to do this is to put a second line in and let each of the lines carry half of the total capacity there. But we're not configured very well for that today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at maybe reconfiguring the layout here. And in particular, what we're thinking here is if we can put the cargo station here with 2 platforms, then we can run trucks going either direction and have a faster flow. So we're going to pause because the game's going to complain, and we're going to get out our favorite tool. Now, I think what we're going to have to do, looking at this intersection here and thinking that this is going to cause us problems trying to reconnect. So let's just, for now, take out that bit. And in fact, it'd be nice if we didn't have the private traffic going from Louisville to Lexington, going across that same bridge. And so what we can do, maybe, is just create a new bridge here. Because, it's only money, and we have lots of money at this point. And that way we don't even have to rebuild this section. Okay, so let's get back to what we were looking at here, and we want to build a 2-platform station. And we want to have it basically connect in here, kind of like this. Yeah, that looks nice. And then configure this to add another street access on the other side. Then see if we can run some road. To here. And that says that will work. Okay, we're going to believe them. And we have the first coal trucks there. But I think what we'd like to do is maybe use a circular route so that we're not having all the trucks going up the middle and then blocking each other off. So let's put a waypoint in. And let's see, this one is going to go this way. We're probably going to need one both directions, so we'll get one on each side. And then we'll go into this line. And as we leave the drop-off place, we will add a new station here. And voila, there we go. We've got it set up. Then we're going to need a new line that goes from here down to here. Yeah, we have two We have 2 drop-offs there. We're going to make this a slightly different color of gray. And at Lexington Central, we will load coal. And at 15th Street, we'll unload it. And now we have 2 lines to supply coal to this wharf. Now, the other thing that we're going to want to do, first of all, let's go ahead and rename this Coal Trucks Lexington 2. And actually, we'll probably want to use the waypoint on this one as well. So let's go ahead and fix that too. Manage the line. After Lexington Central, we'll come through and pick up this waypoint. There we go. That's better. And then when we look at the original Lexington line, it has a rate of 261. We really want to take that down to 200. And so we can take maybe 4 of these vehicles and put them on the new Lexington line. And let's just get these pinned up here. That's the original Lexington, and this is the new Lexington. And with the change here, we're down at 192 trucks, or 192 rate. A little bit low. And how many vehicles is that? That's 11 vehicles. We might want to get 1 more on there. I mean, we want to run this maximum capacity. And that takes it up to 209. And that was with 12 vehicles, so now we want to add another 8 here. So we will clone that. Then we'll add 4 more and clone those. And with that, we have a rate of 204 and 209, and we should now get full capacity and solve the problem that we have here at the Lexington Steel Mill, where we're running out of coal. And if we look at our coal line, it can carry 376, which isn't quite 400. Adding another barge would put us significantly over the limit. But let's, for now, just let that go and see how that works out. And we can tell Eliza that we have checked off the, it's not really the first item, it's the 9th item on her punch list, but the first for today. The next item, number 10, is that these Lexington routes need to be optimized. And if we look here at the coverage for this route, these delivery lines, we see that we're not getting all the bread delivered here, and we're not getting all the bricks delivered here. And what we probably need to do, unless we could just move this, could we just move it and have... could we, from one spot, get the whole shebang? We move the line here. No, we're not getting all of the bricks or the... Yeah. So there is no spot we can do it with one drop-off. And the other thing that I've noticed here, so that means we have to go to 2 lines, but we didn't leave ourselves room here to put a second platform in. And this isn't a particularly awesome truck stop anyway. So I think what we're going to want to do is we're going to do a little bit of body work up here at the upper end of Lexington. This is a crazy street. It creates a bad intersection, short distance between these two. This is a crazy street, bad intersection between here and here. So I think what we're going to try to do is, if we put a station right here, well, actually, in effect, it would be here. So, okay, if we do this, what would happen? No, I think I want to go ahead first, and I do want to fix up Lexington. These streets are kind of all messy. So let's put a new road in here. We are paused. And then let's also fix this road. I'm gonna take out a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't care because it'll all grow back, and we have plenty of money at the moment. And so now if we head to our truck station, 30 meters to platforms. Let's see, is this gonna work? Let's see. We want to put the street access here. And the question is it going to reach there? It actually will. A little bit of a lip, but I've seen worse. And we've preserved our catchment with the wharf. So that's good. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to move the line that's here, this delivery. We're going to do a couple of things with this line. We're going to not deliver bricks anymore with it, so we need to tell it stop delivering bricks, and we're going to change the name. And we're also going to here tell it to stop picking up bricks. It's only going to pick up food. Although we're actually going to change that station to here. Take off this station, the original one, and here we're going to tell it to load food. Now the other thing that we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to find a better spot for this drop-off. So we'll get rid of the old one, and we'll find a spot that the new one will reach. And this looks pretty good right here. And so now what we're doing is we're coming up this way, coming around and doing that. Except instead of coming through here, we actually do want it to we want it to come this way. So we're gonna tell it to pick up this waypoint after 10th Street. Did I not put in the waypoint? Oh, there it is. Sometimes they kind of disappear. All right, nice looking line. And again, let's just double check our work. Load food, unload. Now we also need to add a brick line. So let's well, I think we're going to need to first tell it where we want the drop-off to be. Let's get rid of this old station. It's not in use any longer. And then let's find where our good spot is for our brick drop-off. And this might be a good spot right here. So if our current line is going like this, the other line is going to come up like this and come around. And so we want the drop-off on this side of the street if we can. So will that capture everything? Right there, it does. So we'll quickly drop that in. And now we'll create the new brick delivery line, which will go from here to here. It will be brick red. And we will give you a waypoint here. And now, let's see, we're going to pin you up. And we're going to manage this line, and we're going to tell it after Lexington Central to pick up this. Okay, that's a pretty good line. We don't have a lot of crossover. It looks like there's not a lot of shared space, road space, just this little bit right here. And other than that, it is good. So now let's check the capacity of these lines. Our food line has a capacity of 115. It only needs 98. We could maybe transfer one of these over. What would happen if we did that? $96 instead of 98. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd just as soon keep the extra capacity over here because I do hope to see growth over here. And so on the bricks, we need roughly the same number of vehicles, and so that is a total of how many vehicles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we need to buy 6 vehicles here. Then we will put those on our new brick line, which we will name Delivery Lex Bricks. And let's see, did we set up the line correctly? We haven't set up the line yet, so we want to tell it to pick up bricks at Central and then unload everything at what they call the branch, because I think we just they viewed that as a replacement of our old truck station. Okay, so we now have, I think we've got the goods delivery done. And that now is optimized for Lexington, and so we can cross off number 10 on Eliza's punch list. This takes us to Cincinnati, where we have a very strange situation. What Eliza has noted is that the Cincinnati steel mill needs more ore. And if we look at this line, this shunt is only delivering 346, which is about 40% of each of these two. But what's perplexing is we've got a really big train on here. And so the question is, why is it only delivering half of that? And as the branch manager digs into this some more, what he finds, looking at the line, is that this was set up to do a full load at the 6th Street end, but we don't have any pickup here. So what's happening is the train is coming down here and it's stopping and waiting for a full load for 3 minutes before it turns around and goes back again. And so that's why it is not running full. And if we set this back to nothing and just say, go ahead and run on your own, magically, the rate on this line now jumps up to 771. And if we add 1 gondola car to this train, it will probably take us all the way up to 800. Let's see what it does. Oh, I don't think I got it added. Sometimes I forget to hit that. 801. 801. Look at that. So now we're going to over double the amount of ore delivered to this steel mill just by adding 1 car and switching it not to wait till full. Okay, so Eliza, thanks for noticing that. The branch manager is a little bit embarrassed, but he got it fixed. So hopefully that's going to pick up our steel production and steel deliveries down to Evansville and then on to St. Louis. So then the final item on this list is that the Cincinnati delivery line needs to be optimized. And so what we see here, we do have two lines. We have a separate tools line and fuel line. This is our tools drop off. So let's look at it first and ask, are we getting full coverage? Why does it need to be optimized? And it looks like we do have full coverage. So the tool line looks pretty good the way it is. Yeah, we're even getting this critter way out there. In the future, that might need to be moved, but at least for now, it's picking everything up that it needs to. How about the how about the delivery on the fuel? Yeah, this is the one I think that she saw the challenge with. And can we click on that? Ah. So if we open this up again, yeah, we can see that we're not getting coverage here or here and even here. So we need to find a better spot that's going to capture everything. And I think that spot may be right here. Captures all of the ones down here. It's capturing those. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll put that in. Well, first let's delete the other one. Go back on pause for a second. Delete that one. And then drop in our new line there. And that picked up the existing line. And then I think what we'll want to do is also see if we can punch in the street here. Great. So let's take a look at what these lines now look like. Cincinnati line has a nice flow. The fuel line and the tools line. You know, the tools line, we could probably modify that return trip so that it's not running all the way through town. We could do that by adding a waypoint right over here. And then managing this line to pick up that waypoint after the drop-off. Alright, that looks better. So then the final thing that we need to do to check the optimization here is to see if we've got enough trucks on these lines. So the tools line needs to have a capacity of 120, and currently it only has a rate of 88. So we need to add some trucks to that line. It has 12 vehicles today. If we add another 5, that brings us up to 125, which is just where we need to be. We should make sure, yeah, we've got those set right. So that is good for the tools line. And then on the fuel line, it has a rate of 170. And it only needs to get 152. So we have plenty of trucks on this line. We just need to get more fuel up here. And hopefully the things that we've done down in Evansville earlier episodes to optimize our fuel refinery to get more refined oil into it will help pick up and deliver more of that fuel here. So with that, we have crossed off the final item on Eliza's Ohio River Ops review. punch list. We've put a new harbor in Evansville, a much larger harbor, a couple of new landings on this big dock. We've added a second oil well into this oil refinery to increase production here. We've added more boats to this Evansville quarry line to make sure that we're getting the stone up there. We've optimized deliveries and bus lines across these cities on the Ohio River. We put a new larger dock here in Louisville. We added a new Kentucky River steamboat passenger line to just focus on this part of the river and let the Ohio River line just go up and down like this, and hopefully that'll provide more traffic for the Lexington passengers. And so I think we've done a pretty nice job here, and we have definitely built out a very functional, heavily used river transport network on the Ohio River system. So next time we're going to rejoin Eliza and her buddy Samuel Clemens here in Memphis, and they're going to head south and they're going to go down to Vicksburg, and it looks like she's going to be taking a look here. I think, is this the Arkansas River? And just see how all of this is going. It's been a while since we've taken a look here. We've got some interesting things to talk about there. And to check on the progress, but you know, all of the pieces are kind of here for a very functional lower Mississippi River transport system. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope to see you again next time, and we'll see you then.